uncle was with him said the father takes it to stupor.
Drugs that without a doctor's prescription, a pharmacy is not meant to sell it to you.
So he taught me the kind of charm that you use to hit a girl and the girl will follow you.
Wow.
All manner of things.
Every little thing they do, the church members will not report them to their father, and the father will beat them to stupor. The father will not give them an access to speak.
Without the family, the world will be a complete chaos. And of course, in the world or in the history of the world, we have experienced several wars. And that's, we can say, is due to the breakdown of the family order. You are welcome to the Happy Family Podcast. And my name is Tokumbo Lady. I'm fondly called Uncle Tokes, and we have our family members here. Would like you to know that this is proudly made possible by the Prowers Pictures Limited. And very shortly, we'll be introducing our family. We would like you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, share, comment, and also click on the notification bell so you can get notified anytime we have new content. Yes, quickly, we'll be going on a short break, and when we come back, we'll get to meet the head of the family and other family members. Welcome back. It's still the Happy Family Podcast, and like I said before we went on that short break, I said we will be introducing other family members, and usually it's a great delight to hang out with these great and amazing folks. Yes, of course, we'll be jumping straight to the man on my right.
Because I'm here, I know it's going to be a wonderful time. Stay with us, enjoy yourself. It's going to be really, really unscripted.
Yeah, I love that. And we will be skipping to the next person on my right. Of course, our dear beloved family member.
Sorry.
You can just imagine.
Is your Chalugo. Yeah. Is your Cynthia girl. Our Dogu is on set. The rest of us are Chalugo. Every woman here on this set is an Our Dogu is on set. He's capable. Okay, welcome back to this series. I want to tell you that you're going to learn a lot. As usual, please don't stop that dial. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Emperor here. This is another exciting episode, as we were told by Uncle Tokes. Every time we come together like this, we want to all learn. We want to all learn. We bring experts on different topics, to share some knowledge with us, so we're all going to be learning together. Don't touch that dial and stay tuned.
Thank you.
And here brings you to Olabisi. My name is Olabisi, and you're going to enjoy today's show. Don't touch that dial.
Don't touch that dial. All right, it's time to introduce our special guest. And we have, the drum roll. Yeah, let it roll. Yes, we have Pastor Mrs. Esther Ekweme. She is the senior lead at Essential Skills Development Services and Haven of Peace Academy Limited. She is a holder of a master's degree in guidance and counseling from the University of Lagos, Akoka, and has received additional certifications from renowned institutions, including Praise for Wowe International. A seasoned teacher with over 24 years of training experience. She is passionate about young individuals and parents as a parenting and teens coach. She is a volunteer counselor with RCCG Friends of Jesus, a certified facilitator of Dr. John Maxwell Foundation, Beyond Success, a certified substance abuse counselor by FNPH Yaba Lagos, family educator fostering smooth and healthy relationships within the family. She is a member of the Association of Professional Counselors of Nigeria, Lagos State Chapter. She is also a member of the Counselor Association of Nigeria, the wife of the APICP, that's Assistant Pastor in Charge of Province Admin in RCCG Ogun 1. She loves being a positive impact in our immediate community. Make welcome to this amazing podcast, Esther Ekwueme.
Thank you.
It's so good to have you here, Ma.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
I'm excited to be here as well.
thank you very much. Well, this is a family, and we love ourselves so much, and I know this family loves you too.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, and we are trusting God for a swell time. Of course, because we want to learn, we want to grow, and that doesn't exclude us. We are not an island of ideas or information or knowledge. We want everybody to learn, most especially our audience. Yes, so as we proceed with this, we will be looking at the topic addiction, and in brackets, we're looking at abuse and misuse. That's substance abuse and substance misuse. Of course, prior to the kick-off of this podcast, of course, we had some little squabbles. It was hot, and I know it's going to get hot in here. Yes, so we kick off with that. Substance abuse. We want to throw it open to the entire house. What's our idea of substance abuse and substance misuse? But before we delve into that, of course, the head of the family will give us a slight brief on the trajectory of this podcast for this session.
Thank you very much, Uncle Talks. When you said addiction, we have all manners of, addiction. And if we were to take them one after the other in this episode, we could go on and on and on without being able to exhaust it.
True.
So there'll be other times for other forms of addictions if we, to discuss them. But today, we are really focused on substance, misuse leading to addiction and all of that, So we would like to know the difference between, substance misuse and addiction and the impact on our society. Is it something that affects only the young people in the society, or daddy and mommies are doing it in the corners of their room? These are some things we would like to know today.
Yeah, thank you very much, head of the family. Yes, okay. Let me ask this question. Let me throw this open to the house. Has anyone abused any substance whatsoever that you can openly share confidently and say, I did this?
Substance, right?
Substance, yeah.
Substance. I don't know about substance.
Okay.
But there's something I got addicted to at some point. Is taking Gary.
That's a substance.
Yeah.
No, on the lighter
I
note.
remember growing up, my dad would be like, "Am I a KBC? Don't let her know where Gary is in this house."
God.
Because they will cook food and I will not eat. I'll take Gary. And it was so worse that when I get to school and I pack food to school, I'll be begging people to eat my food, so that when I get home, I'll take Gary.
Wow.
Yeah. So at some point, I had to start thinking that I hope this thing is not something that. Yeah.
Is it still happening now?
I
think this session is for you.
In a week, I can't actually do without it.
You can just imagine.
I can't do without it. And if I miss a day, I will be like, what's happened now?
Wow.
I didn't take Gary today. So it's so.
Some of us do not drink Gary or eat ever.
I don't like Gary.
Yeah, so scientifically, 1% of cassava consumers react to cyanide, and it's genetic.
Yeah.
So my grandma, my mom, myself, now my nephew.
If Farmer is talking,
reaction to cyanide. So I don't drink Gary or eat ever. It took a while before I even had to run the test, and they discovered that was what I was reacting to. Even when my nephew came too, we didn't know on time. We had to run the test.
There's nobody from my hometown that will react to.
That's why it's just 1% of cassava consumers, and it's genetic.
Okay,
So
no problem.
So interesting. I think this is a point where we try to explain, what is substance misuse or abuse, and how does it lead to addiction. Our guests, I think,
all glam up and smiling. I love your smile, man. So beautiful.
Thank you.
And look at the
Thank you on our behalf.
so
Thank you.
Yes, we love to hear from you.
Oh, I was enjoying. Actually, it is in addition to what he had said, we have a lot of addiction, different types of addiction. It could be phone, it could be gambling, it could be. So it's better we will stay with that substance because it is an encompassed topic. So if you are staying with substance, I would say substance use, abuse, and addiction. So it's in stages. Use, like a prescribed medication, it could be used. And by the time you are using it outside that, okay, I was trained in my biology. When I was in secondary school, I was trained by my biology teacher that using paracetamol, what is it called? To relieve pain reliever. You use it on daily basis because you have pain or you are stressed. Instead of you to treat the cause of that stress, a time will come your body will be asking for it. And by the time the body is asking for it, at the end of the day, you become addicted to it. And it will, if you start with a minor one, a time will come that minor one will not, you have to upgrade it to another one. Upgrade it to another one, and your body is just adjusting to it, and it might not work again at a point. So when you are talking of use is of prescribed medication to relieve certain pain. When it becomes abuse, when it is not being prescribed, you are using it more often. The medical personnel, if they prescribe probably 2 kg, 2 milligram or dosage once daily, and because you think the pain persists, you want to use it 2 or 3 times, it's becoming abuse. By the time there's a signal from your body to the brain that, oh, you need this, and it's becoming more often, then it becomes, you can't do without it. It's becoming addiction. Now when we are talking about substance use, we can talk of drugs, prescribed and illicit drugs. We can talk of alcohol and other substances. Funny enough, in Nigeria, it is only about 2 that are not yet approved.
2 drugs or what? 2 substances?
We have substances.
Okay.
When we are talking of substances, I made mention of drugs,
yes.
I made mention of alcohol and others,
all right.
Illicit drugs. So when we are talking about this, we have, by the time I remember, I'll say that. But there are some that are already approved. So when Emperor was speaking, he was saying use among the teenagers, among the youth and adults. We have some adults that even they have to fly, hire an helicopter to go and use this, come back so that people will not see that they are using it. Wow. Because they are addicted to it. And when the brain gives signal request for it, they can't just do without because they are addicted to it. Wow. So it's as bad as that. I have a teenager who was recommended for counseling session because he was becoming out of school student. He was nonchalant, he has nonchalant attitude to his education. And in the course of that, Holy Spirit revealed to me that this guy must be on drug. I asked him and he was shocked. He said no. I asked him a few questions, probing questions, and at a point he said, yes, no, yes. So how do I know? He said probably someone had already seen him and reported to me. And I said, no, it's the Holy Spirit. At a point he said, Auntie, I do it very well.
Hey.
And he as at then was just 17 years.
Wow.
And I asked if the mom, is from a dysfunctional home, separated home. If the mom was in the know, he said no. And why? He said it's just 100 naira, 150 naira, and he told me where he get it, and in this community.
Wow.
And I felt for him. Oh, what you know? He said he mentioned loud. He said loud. By the time he takes it, he becomes unconscious. He could not control himself again, and all that. Oh, why you know the implication of this? Why do you still? He said because life no balance. That issues of life. But you know the implication, and you continue with it. He said that is why they became addicted to it. And he told me then that he had stopped. No, now we got schools for him. You know, it was the parents could not meet up with the school fees and all that. The school will send him out of school. So that was what he was using to console himself. So we got him a school, we got him sponsor. He was not ready to go to school. So for like a month, and you know, one of the ethics of my profession is confidentiality, because he told me I should not discuss with the mom, with the pastor, and all that. I was keeping it to myself. But one day, the Holy Spirit said, "This boy, you have to protect him." So I called the mom. Basically, and he was even avoiding me. So I called the mom and I told the mom that, "Oh, I'm doing this out of compassion. That do you know this?" The mom now told me that the elder brother too has been doing that. That she was in the know of the elder brother's own, but that of this boy. And I said, please, you have to keep this to yourself. Let's pray and know the next line of action. So she opened her eyes wide. That same day, the boy came back home around past 10. And she said when he came back, he was asking questions. Why did you come here? And the boy confessed that a community close to us here, he has been there. They have been doing drugs and all that. So he used his mouth to confess to the mom. And the mom now cautioned him. He refused. So by the grace of God, the mom has to take him out of the immediate environment to the grandpa in the village, so that the grandpa, you know, he needed the father's figure. So she took him to and by the grace of God, he's back to school now. He will soon write his name.
That's addressing the problem from the roof.
Yes.
Like picking him out of that immediate environment,
that is one
taking
of the
him to the grandfather because he lacks a father figure. Maybe that's the real reason why he's getting addicted to drugs. Maybe he said life is not balanced.
To have that technique is one of the major techniques that professionals like are used to get people help. That's emotional and physical disconnection from the source of the abuse, and it cuts across any form of abuse or addiction. There's always a source, there's always a place where it comes from,
and triggers.
So when you disconnect them from it to a new environment where they don't have access to the substances and they can heal, so then healing comes naturally.
And family support. Family support. That there will be someone who believes so much in them. By the grace of God, I get referrals. In fact, I do telephone counseling on addiction. And I thank God that I went for the course I went for. It's in the course of this family education and parenting, people believe that, oh, let's open up. So sometimes they come to me, sometimes they refer them to me. And I told you, I said, this stress of addiction, no, substance, no. And I was introduced to trainings. So I got skilled, I got certification, which made me to understand how they behave, the relapse and everything. So if everyone around them, like a young man of 24 told me, he's the only male in the family, and the parents are in the medical line. So they don't know what to do again. So at the point of committing suicide, because he was tired of life, he was forced to do a course in the school. He was not doing well. He was expelled, or he left the school. He's at home now, not doing anything. And the parents are, so the only thing he could use to console himself is the substance use. Wow. So doing that, the mother reached out to me, and in the course of that, I don't want to, in the family, 2 female and a male, 3 of them are on use.
Wow. The entire family.
Yes, and the parents are medical. They are medical line. So when they were reached, I prefer to speak to them in confidence so that they can open up. And even not in each other. He opened or he said he's tired of life. Nobody loves him in the family. This is what he has been going through. And this and that. The mother is, and you know, he jumped the fence, got wounded. The mother wanted to treat, he refused. So I had to tell the mom to calm down, because he believes that nobody loves him in the family. So he wanted to end his life. Was just a few months ago. So in the course of that, I pleaded with him, and he has been to a rehab before. He spent 6 months.
Wow.
They pay exorbitantly, yet there was no improvement. So he said he wants to go to school. He doesn't know anything about life again. So by the grace of God, I spoke to him, and we got, we were having sessions. So he was giving me attention. And the mother said, "What are you using for this young man?" And I said, "Ma, just agree with me. Whatever I am telling you, I cannot tell you everything he had told me." So the mother too was coming, she was giving support, and he refused. The mother wanted to give medication. He refused. But due to the mother's change in behavior, acceptance, he agreed. And at a point, the father said, "We just have to take him to a rehab." So there are rehabs I cannot even refer people to. And the one I knew that I have people there. So he was referred to that one, and he gave me a condition that the place the mother took him to before was where mad people were. That how can the mother take him to that kind of a place? That am I sure that this place, so that will I be there? Someone who has ever met me, will I be there, or I have a connection with the place? And by the grace of God, the facility is owned by RCCG, and they pay a lot of money. So I told him that I will try to reach out to him. I will try to visit him over there. On that condition, he agreed to go. The mother and the father too, they were cooperating. So on getting there, I spoke with the psychologist, I spoke with the admin that, this is someone I've been managing, but it has gotten to the extent of rehabilitating him. So they gave me that chance that, his counseling is speaking. So whenever there's anything, we will report the parent to me, because there's no freedom, there's no connection that he can stand and tell them. And the mother will always refer to his past, that that you want to go and take it again.
No.
They will not give him money. That no, you can't just stand without it. So at a point he called and said, my mom has not been responding. My mom has just calm down. I will talk to her. Are you sure? And by the grace of God, the mother visited. He's out of the rehab now.
Wow.
We want to take him back to the place. I spoke with him yesterday. The father said I should speak with him. He said, for months now, I have not been doing it. Let them get me engaged. I want to be productive. I don't mind having sessions with you online. That I promise, if I now misbehave, then you can use your discretion to take action. So what I'm trying to say is that family support is very, very important. Leave their past. Believe in them. Have a new plan. Then how can they be productive? There's always a trigger. There's always something. This young man, I asked him how he got into it. He said when he was having issues with the school, one of the universities in Nigeria, and there are some universities that the environments, even the environment contributes, there's high rate of substance in those environments. So he said when he was having issue with the school, with his studies, the only friend who stood by him, who believed in him, who did not castigate him, was a user.
If you can just imagine.
So at a point, he just introduced him to, and because the young man believed in him, and he too could get the support, emotional support he needed from him. He had to take it.
Which he lacked at home.
So this is a call for action to parents, to everyone around our youth. If you know someone who happened to be a user or an abuser of substance, and some it is in the DNA because their parents use it. I have a woman confided in me that the father takes drinks, alcoholic drinks, right from the stage the children were growing. So the three of them saw the father taking it. So it's not strange, it's not anything taking it. I refer a young man to a neuropsychiatric because that is where they could handle him recently. Wow. And in the course of that, the social workers and the psychologists were asking, is there anyone in the family who takes it? The uncle was with him, said, the father takes it to stupor.
Wow.
And this father was saying, my son is not mad. Remove him from that facility. And everybody will say, come and discharge him yourself. Why didn't show up? So if it is in lineage, if either of the parents takes it, if either of the people staying with you in the family, if they take it, there's no way the child will not take it, or even as a young adult.
Yeah, thank you very much, our speaker. It has been a very engaging, and session, and also the examples you have cited 2 examples. In one instance, it was a dysfunctional home, and in another instance, the dad. So we said the other one that it was due to the missing father figure, and in this other example, then we have both the father and the mother in the picture, yet they still had children with addiction. So is it possible? What do you think was the cause? Why? Because when you told us how the first instance was resolved, they took the young man to the village, to the grandpa and all of that, but this other one, even the daddy was there. Did you think that the daddy was missing in action or something was wrong? Because we cannot just put all the blame on the mother that, they didn't show love. Maybe daddy too did not show love or something.
I will just say that it is family issue. It is family issue. I love to be a parenting coach, but at a point I discovered that being a parenting coach, you cannot disengage family from that, the spouse, the marriage. So when some of these issues, a young woman who has been into this for about 15 years, she said that the parents got divorced, separated, when she was like 7 or 8 years. And she happened to be the only daughter with 2 male children. She's number 2, so she has male first and third, and she has to take care of her mom and her brothers. So she says she's the strongest in the family, so that it took her like the 3rd or 4th year when she was using it before she got to know that the mother was taking it.
Wow.
So by the time,
what was she using in particular?
The substance.
Yeah, what kind? Is there any particular?
She takes drugs. She takes substance. But thank God today she's out of it. She has been rehabilitated. And then another thing, relapse. Many of them can be to rehab. They can be rehabilitated for about 6 times. 10 times, and it gets a relapse. It's as bad as that.
Wow.
But if there's family support, recovery therapy or recovery counseling, as they are coming out of the rehab center, it works. A young man works with me presently on this awareness. He was on it for 10 years. He didn't step into any rehab center. He met with the Lord. God used one of our youth pastors for him, and that one got him engaged in mentorship and leadership programs, and he's out of it.
We have talked a lot about rehabilitation and all of that. I'm particularly concerned about how do we prevent, because there are different angles to it, but still looking at the family thing, something going on in your family. Yeah. How do we detect early? One, how do we detect early? 2, what are the things that we need to watch out for in our families, in our homes, in order to prevent, the occurrence of such?
I think when Mr. Tokes was giving the introduction, he said something about family. That family is, I've forgotten the way he put it then.
Okay.
But the message I got there is there's an attack on families, especially Christian families, that makes them to neglect their primary roles, and they are focusing on either hunting for money or hunting for fishing, fish for Christ, and they are leaving their homes at home. It is always good. Like people who speak against them, pastors' children, who takes care of pastors' children?
That is it.
Who takes care of pastors' children? A young man of 17 told me, I think less than a month ago, he said the father happened to be a zonal pastor, and all of them, the children in that family, they are talented, they are skilled, especially in the musical instrument. He said, but every little thing they do, the church members will go and report them to their father, and the father will beat them to stupor. The father will not give them an access to speak. There's no listening skill, and that is why listening skill is one of the communication strategy in parenting. Sometimes you just give boss without listening. Even if you talk, who asked you to talk? And you keep quiet when I talk and all that. Let's look at how Japanese raise their children. Let's look at how Jews raise their children. Let's look at how other people raise their children. Royalty. Do you call your child a prince or a princess even when they are doing wrong? And this is how the enemies have already crept in. You see, some of them, they will introduce this to them. When they say, no, it is not in my family, they come back. And that's why the Bible says that you should forgive 70 times, 70 times.
We should not spank our children. We should not discipline our children.
Discipline. Okay. Because discipline is different from the discipleship. Discipline and punishment. Many of us punish our children and we are calling it discipline.
We punish, but we don't discipline.
Discipline has to do with discipleship. And that is what Jesus Christ did. Peter.
So a father, a mother, they should firstly be a model worthy of emulation.
Model of yes. You can't tell them to be patient while you are beating them. Boos.
You have not shown that, okay?
Yeah, there's a possibility that the parents are present in the home but absent in the lives of their children. So that means that they need to be friends with their children.
They are
need to
giving
connect with them.
Quantity time, but not quality time.
time.
So
What do you do? They are just being there, present, pressing phone, giving instruction, doing everything. And I want to implore us, whenever we are bringing anyone into our homes, we call them handlers. If you are not a parent, you are a handler. Let us have our family values. Let them be part of our family values. I once took a young lady, a young girl of 10, 12 as my house help then, because the older ones, I believe that, these ones have been exposed wrongly. One day she took broom and was beating my daughter with broom. Thank God my husband was at home. You know, some of us, either parents or handlers, we parent with pains. You know, some of us grew up with parents who caught childhood trauma, who caught and put pepper because they were beating us. My mother will always beat. I belong to a forum of parents and teachers. We are close to 1,000 on that platform. And we were talking about punishment and discipline. I will tell you today. And the woman, it was as if I was speaking against her. I said, do you know how my mother parented me? Because she said her mother did this and that. And I was telling her about new rules of parenting, and she said, don't insult my mother. I said, do you know how my mother parented? My mother will not beat you when you are not sleeping. It is when you are sleeping that you cannot fight for yourself that my mother will beat you. And when she wants to beat you, there was a time I was growing up, I was thinking that is this woman that gave birth to me. She will ask you to kneel down, raise up your hands and carry heavy objects, maybe stones or something, so that hand cannot come down.
It cannot.
That is, and when she wants to beat you, she will keep the cane and then she will be tiptoeing and give you.
They didn't know better.
What I'm saying is that we should have a reorientation now.
Actually, that's the reason.
Reorientation.
That's the reason we have the Happy Family podcast.
That is, I want to appreciate everyone involved in this. I have a lot of programs today. I had to put them on hold because of this.
Wow.
Everywhere, an enabling environment. Late Chief Femi Awolowo once said that the children of the poor you do not train will never allow your children to have peace.
Yes.
So I want that peace in my environment, an enabling environment. I can hand over my son to Mr. Sam. Papi Sam, go and mentor this young man for me. Okay, I can hand over my daughter to her. So everyone around me knows that when it comes to parenting, when it comes to punishment and discipline. Now, let's go back to that discipline and punishment. We beat them, we castigate them, we don't even give them option to talk. We take away their confidence.
Exactly.
You might say that if you don't beat them, they will not behave well, but this is what I have practiced and it works for me. My daughter can tell me anything. She can tell me anything because I don't want people from the other side to give her that opportunity. I connect with her. And sometimes when she's telling me some facts about the adult around her, they will say, I believe her more. Because I have imputed a value in her and we have a relationship. We connect, we bond. So you can't tell me that. So many of us, our parenting styles it discouraged confidence in our children. So they are not able to tell us when those people are introducing substance to them, when they're asking them to take
no relationship. I think
relationship, no connection.
Lots of folks don't have, like, I keep on telling people that a bunch of us in our generation didn't grow up having a working relationship with our parents.
Yes.
Like you can't come to share your heart.
Working is too far in a regular relationship.
Yeah, so people can't, and all of a sudden, such parents, when their children grow, they expect that they have a relationship with them. But how is that formed out of the blues?
In fact, it is easier in those days because presently we have a third parent, the biological parent is the first parent.
Yes.
People around you, your neighbors, handlers, physically.
Okay, yes,
second parent.
the community.
The third one is the media. When we were growing up, we did not have access. We did not have access to, and I want to really appreciate the organizers of this program. They must have spent a lot, but this is what every church, every parish supposed to be doing. Every school, they should have a parenting academy to be pushing this kind of content out. So now the third parent is the technology. Now the teachers will give assignment to children to go and 7-8 years. So even if you are withdrawing the phone from them, they will ask. And do you know that the people behind this technology, or the people from the other side, they know when children they are on internet.
Yeah.
They want to search for information. So immediately, someone like me, I do a lot of training. I push my flyers out and all that. Like topics like what I do is what they bring to me. But in the case when the children are there, this will just pop up. And out of curiosity, these children will want to see. I was with a family, a well-respected family at a point. 3 of them, and we were discussing. We just wanted to, connect. So like I was saying, that we have the third parent, that we don't even know their culture. We don't know their values. We don't know what. So parents should open their eyes and be more available. Like Papi Sam had said, not the quantity time. I'm at home today, I'm at home tomorrow. How many hours out of the hours? Quality time. Get them engaged.
Wow.
My daughter was telling me one day, said, Mommy, don't tell anybody. When they tell you don't tell anybody, pay rapt attention. Yeah. But they won't tell you don't tell anybody if there's no connection. We were just going on a walk and she said, a boy was crying in my class. He cried profusely and I was the only one who moved to him and asked that, why are you crying? He said he was missing his grandma.